Hello, my fellow comrades! This is Brian, the Speaker for the Dead. Yes. Well, I've been recently watching the Democratic Socialists of America convention. We must call each other comrades. Here, lead us.
1.3 miles left.
Oh, I'm sorry, friends. I'm just, Oh, hello, my speakers. It's good to be back with you today. I've just been thinking about this convention that I made a video on here the other day, and oh, holy crap! It's too funny. I mean, I've been watching more and more, trying to find more and more videos of this convention, and it just gets funnier and funnier. I mean, really, it is just, these people are parodies of themselves. I mean, you couldn't hand this over to Saturday Night Live or any comedy organization that will actually do a better job of making fun of them than just getting out of the way and letting them make fun of themselves. It's, holy crap. If you have not seen these videos, go find them. It's the Democratic Socialists of America convention. So yeah, and I wanted to touch on that, and then some other things that have come up here in the last little while. Some news items that are coming up. I'm trying not to make as many political videos, but I'm finding it really difficult. It's kind of hard. Sorry, that's my GPS talking for all of you who, needed to know that we need to turn in a couple miles. Anyway, but yeah, so oh, wow. I mean, I could just, can you even imagine being in a room with like 5 of these people trying to get them to decide on anything? Anything. Because you just say, all right, people, what we're going to do is personal privilege. I do not identify as a people. I am an albatross, a cisgendered albatross. Oh, okay. Well, everyone. What we're going to talk about today is point of personal privilege. I am a multiple personality. A person who has been reincarnated from a grapefruit. There are 7 people in me. I do not like being referred to as one. Okay. Well, let me. All entities in this room. Here's what we're going to talk about. Personal privilege. Personal privilege. What is it now? Just the people in this room, we are supposed to be deciding things for everyone. We are all entities. I agree with that. That's a good choice of words there. Let's write that one down. You finally found a word that doesn't piss everybody off. Okay, I'm with you on that one. But we can't just be talking about people in this room. We're going to talk about everybody in the whole world. The moderator of the video, you could just see on her face, oh my God, what? Okay, I do, and I think at some point she just stepped away from the lectern and gave it over to somebody else, and he got up there, and this guy just starts blah, 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 and I think he was the first one that said guys, and then the other people was all upset that he called them guys, because don't use those gender pronouns. Oh, can you imagine being in these people's heads? Every moment of your day is spent trying to be offended, trying to force everybody around you into this mold of crazy that you fit into. And if they don't want to get into the same crazy mold, you just got to freak out and throw tantrums and be, oh, good Lord. This is what happens when you give trophies to everybody. This is what happens when people have never lost. when people have never had to deal with not getting their way. They got a trophy for participation. They got told 2 + 2 is 17 if that's what you feel like it is. Oh, fluffy little smoofy foo. All right, Timmy, Tom, John, you just say whatever you want. You're going to get that right answer. Boy, that wasn't how school worked when I was there. It was like, hey, dummy, you got this one wrong. Oh, that's a big red check mark. Check mark. But we're all told now, you can't use red. Red is a very disruptive color. We're going to use purple and chartreuse. And I've got this wonderful new marker in mauve. Mauve is so soothing and just... Oh, these kids can't handle red. Oh, but you're going to handle red because that's what we're all got. We're all going to be communists and we'll all be goose stepping down the streets if these morons have their way. I mean, but can you imagine these people trying to get this group of retards out into a field and get them to march? Personal privilege, I don't like marching. I am against John Philip Sousa music. I don't like it. I feel triggered. It's too loud. There's too many horns. I need a quiet space. Where's the quiet spaces? Please direct me to a quiet space. I mean, they had quiet spaces for these people. I thought I was gonna pee my pants watching this Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs fest in a convention center. This place is too big, it's too loud, you know what, just wave your hands. Just wave your hands, don't clap, because that loudness might be disruptive. And we have deaf people here who can't hear, and they'll just see your hands moving, and they won't know what that means. I mean, you gotta wave your hands like you know, jazz hands, everybody do jazz hands. Oh, anyway, that's enough about the geeks and retards of America. No, they're not geeks. That's such an insult to nerddom and fandom, and because I'm kind of a geek. These just, I don't even know what to call them. I mean, they don't know what to call themselves. So I mean, I don't know how I'm supposed to figure that out. These douchebag morons, absolute fools and degenerates. I mean, wow. But, all right, we've talked about them enough, but just if you're feeling bad about yourself, it's like going to a state fair. If you're feeling bad about yourself, just pull up this video and listen to these morons for like 10 seconds, and you're going to walk away going, thank God I'm not that person. Wow. I mean, just, it's like going to a state fair. Just look around going, holy crap. I'm okay. You know what? I'm okay. You know, 'cause I'm not this. What's going on here? So anyway, the other big thing that's been out there traumatizing our nation was that Donald Trump gave a speech. Don't say it isn't so. He gave a speech. We've all got to lose our gosh dang minds. Did you hear me self-censor there? Yeah, I was just trying not to swear. Yeah, he gave a speech. Now, I know this is a little bit, I mean, this is 24 or 48 hours old or whatever at this point, but I've made this video several times and things keep happening to it. Somebody makes a phone call right in the middle or something, so I have to keep recording it over and over again, so I apologize. But he made a speech, and now they're blaming him. Well, I mean, they're blaming him for everything. I mean, you'd think he's got a time machine and went back in time and actually loaded plague rats on ships to infect people with the bubonic plague. You would think that he was the one who was going over to Africa, capturing black people and selling them as slaves. You would think that Donald Trump personally went and got a gun, drove through Texas and helped this douche nozzle that went down into that Walmart, and that Donald Trump was standing there handing him clips of ammunition. I mean, these freaking retards. I mean, it's just like, holy cow. I don't, unless Donald Trump's got an army of clones running around, I don't know how you could possibly it's all his fault. His rhetoric has caused so much His rhetoric? Have you people heard what you're saying, Democrats? You can't open your mouths without spewing hate and malcontent and calling Republicans evil and telling your psycho little followers to go harass people in restaurants. I mean, Republicans, Sarah Sanders Huckabee, whatever her face is, she can't even go into a restaurant without being harangued, or couldn't. And people go in there and mistreat this woman, who was the press secretary. And it's not just her. This is happening to a whole bunch of different Republicans, conservatives, and stuff. These psychos blame us for the hate. Blame conservatives and normal, everyday people and Donald Trump for all the hatred going on. And this white supremacy thing, I follow a guy called The Amazing Lucas. He's an African-American guy, and I like some of the stuff he does. But in this video that he did, he's talking about Tucker Carlson. And Tucker Carlson did a segment on his show where basically he just said all this white supremacy nonsense. It's just a hoax. It's just this stupid hoax where these people are so few in number that they're not a major threat. They're not a big problem. They're evil psychos. Don't get me wrong. I agree on that wholeheartedly. Anybody who's a white supremacist, get help. Get help. There is something seriously wrong with you if you're a white supremacist. But I'm sorry, that is not the major plague of our day. That is not the biggest problem that we have out there on the horizon to deal with. But you think the way the Democrats talk, there's a white supremacist around every corner. Hell, for all I know, there's one in the back of my sleeper just waiting to kill somebody. That's how psychotic they are. They've tried to turn white supremacy into the Red Scare of the 1950s and 60s. They're everywhere. They're around the corner. They're in your trash bins. They're listening to your phone calls. The white supremacists. Oh, for Pete's sake. The fact that you are giving them so much attention and so much notoriety and so much supposed power to control everybody's life. You're actually probably creating more of these idiots. But, oh my gosh. But, it's Donald Trump who's caused the problem. I remember before Barack Obama got elected, when he got elected, everybody thought it's the end of racism. America's finally turned that page, and it's the end of racism. That worthless piece of crap, for 8 years, drummed up more hate and racism than we had seen in the previous 30 to 40 years. It was on a track to go extinct, to be gone. Racism was dying. And Barack Obama, man, he jumped up there and fucking, gotta keep this thing up. He gave racism CPR, brought it back to life. Holy shit. He should have been called Dr. Frankenstein. He's up there with a clear. And now they blame Donald Trump for the racism? Oh. Because he wants to follow laws? Because he doesn't want illegal immigrants pouring across our border? Neither do I. I want laws to be enforced. I'm funny that way. I like to know where the lines are, okay? I like to know, yes, you can do this. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. But I don't like over-creation of laws either. Every law that's passed is a restriction of freedom. And the only laws that should be even legal in this country, according to the Constitution, are the ones that protect our individual rights from each other. Other than that, the law should be done away with. if it favors one group or puts one person above another person or gives somebody favorable treatment against somebody else or what, that is illegal. That's unconstitutional. The Constitution is the ultimate equalizer. But But anyway, he gave this speech, and the Democrats flipped their lid, you know, and oh, he's racist, he's causing these shooters to go kill everybody, blah, 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 despite the fact that one of them was a flaming Democrat. He wasn't a conservative, he sure as hell wasn't a white supremacist. He was like this psychotic Looney Tune, the one in Dayton. I mean, and luckily, that guy was gunned down by the cops like 30 seconds into his rampage. Imagine that. Good guys with guns stopped a bad guy with guns. I apologize for the yelling. And maybe I should go back to talking about the Retard Convention of America, because that's at least funny. This other crap that they're doing, no, not funny. Not at all. It's disturbing. That these idiots are out there trying to accuse, you know, and it's that Saul Alinsky tactic of accuse the other side of what you're doing, you know, and boy, the Democrats, I mean, I think to be a Democrat today, or a liberal or whatever, or progressive, you've got to memorize the Saul Alinsky handbook, which, by the way, when he wrote it, he dedicated it to the devil. The first rebel, and that's the playbook the Democrats are using right now. Democrats, I've said this before, save yourselves, save your party. Look up the speeches from John F. Kennedy and Democrats of the past, and at least back it off to that, to where there was at least some common sense. But you watch the Democratic debates, and they are Looney Tunes. They are lunatics. There is not one of them. Well, I take that back. Tulsi Gabbard is the only one, and I didn't know anything about her a few weeks ago, but she's the only one that's even, well, there's a couple of them that are mildly moderate. They all kind of want to go the same way. Some of them aren't just like openly stupid about it, like Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth the Freak Warren, and I mean, wow. But I mean, they're all wanting to go to the same place. Socialism, socialism, socialism. I don't understand, because you watch those debates, and after watching this convention of Oompa Loompas, socialist Oompa Loompas of America, I mean, that's what, I mean, I went back and kind of rewatched, or, you know, went back and watched my videos again from the Democratic, and I'm sitting there thinking, that's what they should have been saying. Because the whole time, yes, my friend, Senator Snotblossom over here, whatever their names are, I don't care. My friend, they kept calling each other that. Oh, my friend over here, the other Democratic Looney Tune on stage, he did this, and I'm better because of that, blah, 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 blah. Every time they said friend, this could be a drinking game. I'm serious. I don't drink, but if I did, I'd make a drinking game out of this. Go to watch the Democratic debates, and every time one of those idiots calls one of the other idiots, my friend, just substitute the word, my fellow comrade, or Comrade Sanders, because that's what it is. I didn't even recognize that till I went back and, like, after watching these morons at the convention go, oh, thank you, comrade, for talking about gender identity, blah, 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 whatever. I just, I'm like, they were doing that during the debates. I didn't even realize. My friend, communist, comrade. I mean, they should have just said that. Just change the wording. Because every single one of those Democrats could have fit right in at that colossal waste of a convention. I couldn't believe it. I'm just like, oh, how did I miss that? That's funny. Oh, seriously, if I was a drinker, I'd make a drinking game out of that. Oh, my friend, oh, communist, oh, and take a shot. Comrade. Anyway. But the thing that really got me about this was Donald Trump, in his speech, that apparently set the world on fire, said that he believed that violent gaming is partially responsible for a lot of this mass shooting and stuff like that. Well, a lot of these people that I watch, they're the Phantom Menace people and stuff. A lot of them are gamers, and I'm a gamer. But full disclosure, I'm a gamer. I play World of Warships. I play StarCraft. I played Unreal Tournament. I played Doom. I've been gaming for a long time now. I do it every week. I play with my brothers online. So I'm a gamer. And I have to admit that there's some violent video games out there that I could see causing problems. Now, and what kills me about this is all these people that I watch on YouTube have been out there going, it's not gamers, it's not gamers, it's not games, that's a debunked philosophy. We found out 20 years ago violent video games have no correlation with blah, 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 whatever. That's a bunch of nonsense. I don't think it's violent video games. I think it's violent video games, violent movies, violent music, violence just in our everyday lives. As I say, if you can get on an American highway and drive around and not feel violence, whew, you were doing better than me. So seriously, I think it, and maybe it doesn't cause it, but it desensitizes us to it. We don't react the same way. We have a culture that celebrates death. We have people out there advocating to kill babies as they're born. We have people out there advocating to kill babies months after they're born. If you suddenly decide you don't want that baby, it's too much work, take it out. Seriously, I've heard people say that stuff. And you say that violent content being poured into our kids and poured into us through hours and hours and hours of television and video games and music. Have you heard some of the lyrics that people sing? Now, I'm going to swear here because they're in the lyrics. Hey, kill that bitches. Fuck that hoe. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, holy crap. Tell me you can listen to a modern day rap song and not think, well, I should just be out there killing bitches. Go play a game of Grand Theft Auto where you get help by having sex with a hooker. And then you kill her and throw her in the trunk. You shoot a cop and steal his car. Oh yeah, that's great. I'm just blowing off steam. That's not real. I know that's not real. But your subconscious and your brain doesn't. And when you pour that into you all the time, you're telling me it has no effect on you? Bulls, you know what? Now, full disclosure, I like violent movies, but I don't watch a lot of them. But like John Wick, I love John Wick. I love Keanu Reeves. I think he's a tremendous action actor. And I know he's whatever. Anyway, you can have your own opinion on Keanu Reeves. But seriously, I love those movies. I love James Bond. I love the Bourne movies. I like that kind of action film movie. But I don't like mindless, senseless, never like violence just for the sake of violence. I don't like Quentin Tarantino movies. It's just like, well, let's see how much more blood we can get on the screen. But if you like those, that's fine. But I think if you're pouring that kind of content into your brain, into your soul all the time, and you think it has no effect on you, seek help. Because all it is you're going, these are my dollies. My dollies. I like these dollies, and I'm not going to let you take them from me. I like gaming and violent movies. You can't have these. It's everything else. It's everybody else's toys. It's not my dollies. Sweetie, you're holding a Chucky doll, and it's been stabbing you in the back for the last 10 minutes. I know, but I love him. Okay. You know, sometimes people get too close to things and they can't see that what they love is killing them. It's like heroin. You pour enough bad stuff into yourself, and guess what? Sooner or later, it's going to have an effect. It's going to make you bad. Now, there is no silver bullet that fixes this problem, because a huge problem is uninvolved parents. Uninvolved parents, they spurt out these kids and then treat them badly, ignore them, plop them down in front of video games, and let them watch whatever they want, and just hand them material stuff. Take this, and here's a present, and shut your face, and just sit over there and don't bother me. Why are you having kids if that's the way you're going to treat your kids? Wake up, loser, selfish piece of crap. These are children. These are not puppets. They're not dollies. So, I mean, we've got so many issues. But if you think all that violent content has no effect on you, then you're in denial. And all you're doing is clutching your dollies to your chest going, it can't be my Chucky. So, I don't care whether the research says it or not. It's human nature. It's human nature. It's why people, when they come back from war, have a hard time finding their balance again, because they've seen and witnessed and done terrible things. And it leaves its mark on you. Now, understand, it's not real. It's fake. In your mind, for the most part, you can tell yourself that you understand the differences. But if you do it enough... So, anyway, I'm just saying, we all need to step back. I am pro-gun. Absolutely pro-gun, pro-Second Amendment, but if you the same thing, my gun couldn't possibly be what was doing this. Right. Because, and I don't believe that guns are at fault. Because, I mean, anybody who's like, oh, it's the gun's fault, we gotta get these guns out, people say, well, are you gonna take away all the knives? You gonna take away all the cars? You can turn a pencil into a weapon. Just ask the guy in the Dark Knight Rises when he got his head slammed into a table with a pencil on it. Yeah, I don't think that made his day. I know it's just a movie, it's the same principle. Anything can become a weapon in somebody's hands. You're never going to make the world perfectly safe, because human beings, that's the battle we're battling human nature, the natural man. That's the fight we're in, and you're never going to cure that. So stop trying to make up phony solutions that don't really work, because you can have two extremes. You can have one kid that was raised in the most loving, amazing, wonderful family in the most supportive and beautiful community in the world, and the little cycle will turn out to be a serial killer. You'll have another guy who grew up in the ghetto watching violence and people get stabbed and his mom beat up on a regular basis, and I mean, a horrible upbringing, tattoos, ear piercings, all stuff. You'll find he's the nicest freaking guy you've ever met in your life. I've met people like that. They look scary as crap, but you get to know them and you're just like, it had the opposite effect on them. It showed them what not to be, what not to do. So there's no magic bullet. But if you're part of the gun lobby, or if you're part of the gun crowd, which I am, I own guns, I own many guns, and you can't look at it and go, all right, we do need to find a system to keep legal guns out of the hands of psycho-degenerate people as much as we can. So if you have mental problems, so come up with a good law that is like, you have to have specific reasons, specific things that can have you to have your guns taken from you. And it can't be because, oh, well, you're a Republican and you were being pro-gun online. Now, you have to write it so it cannot be abused by authority to take people's guns without cause, or to just trump up some charge, oh, you're on antidepressants, so you can't have a gun. No. Just because you're on antidepressants doesn't mean you're going to go out and create a mass shooting. Anybody who says something like that is idiotic and stupid. So, friends, there's no magic bullet. But it ain't Trump's fault. It's all of our faults. It's all of our faults for not paying attention, for not loving everybody around us, for not helping people around us, for not paying attention and saying something when we know something's wrong. I mean, we're all equally guilty and equally innocent. And we have to find that balance. We have to find that way to overcome these problems. And we can do it. We can't do it by blaming other people. Don't listen to the media. Turn the media off. Unless you can find a good source that speaks truth. Now, I listen to The Blaze. I listen to CRTV. I listen to places that will give both sides of the story equally. If you can find that, go look for it. And I look for people online that sound like they've got their head on straight. But Tucker Carlson is one of them. And we even have conservative people, quote-unquote conservative people, attacking him going, oh, there are white supremacists, and just because there's not a lot of them doesn't mean they can't do a lot of damage. Yeah, but I'm not going to change my whole life for a couple of idiot, like redneck douche nozzles who think that they're the master race. And none of us should do that. Any more than I'm going to change my lifestyle for the Black Panthers who think that they have the right to run around killing all the white people. You know, I just watch out for the crazy and do the best I can. And that's all we can do. Laugh at the stuff we can laugh at, try and change the stuff that we have power over, and don't worry about the rest of it. You know, fix what can be fixed, and don't worry about what can't. Until you have some way of stopping it. But, you know, kudos for President Trump for at least trying to, you know, talk about these issues. But, I mean, you can't be out there clutching your dollies to your chest going, no, it's not mine. Yeah, it could be yours that's causing the problems. So, make sure you're not holding a Chucky doll when you're out there defending your particular little thing that you love, because then you become just as bad as the Democrats and the white supremacists and all these other crazy people out there running around yelling fire in a crowded theater, because that's all they're doing. They're just trying to get everybody stirred up so they can keep power. So keep your head down, keep your eyes on that horizon, stay level-headed, and don't listen to these buttholes. Laugh at them, scorn them, treat them like the fools that they are, because that's all they are, is clowns and jesters. That's why my last video had a picture of clowns and jesters as the thumbnail. That's all these people are. That's what you should hear in your head every time one of these moron Democrats makes a statement, or some news person gets on there and starts blathering about how it's Trump's fault. He's a racist, he's a bigot, he's a sexist, he's a homophobe. I mean, that's what should be playing in the background when those people are talking. Oh, anyway, hey friends, my fellow speakers, get out there and have yourselves a great day. Find something positive, uplift your mind, go do something great, go play with your kids, go visit a friend, and just be happy. Be happy as much as you can, because it's getting harder and harder to do that. So anyway, hope you like this video. Hit like, share, subscribe, and we will talk to you next time. Bye now.